Hey everyone, it's Jim. I'm a realtor in Boise, Idaho, and today we're doing a walking tour of the Military Reserve Park in Boise. All right, so just getting started. I parked here at the Cottonwood Creek Trail parking lot, and this is a great spot to get access to multiple trails. So we're right off of Mountain Cove Road. There's the parking lot back down toward downtown. The road goes up here and goes up all the way to an archery range. Here's the Mountain Cove Trail. So this is a really nice trail that basically follows that road. And this is a main junction point for a whole bunch of trails. So over here to, I'll get a little farther. As you can see, we got some water flowing through here, so I might actually not be able to pass this. But this main trail here is called the Toll Road. It goes just to the right of this Central Ridge. This hill in front of us is the Central Ridge in the park. It's called the Central Ridge Trail, and it goes all the way back. So that's a big hump that goes all the way. Here on our left, we've got a creek, and then here on our right, you can't see it right now, but just off in the distance, a tiny ways, is Cottonwood Creek. And so there's another trail called Cottonwood Creek Trail that basically goes and just goes across Cottonwood Creek and then follows it up back up into the back of the park. And then you can see a pretty big hill in front of us. Over there is Eagle Ridge. There's actually a gazebo right up here. We'll go there in a minute. And there is a set of stairs right here that goes up to that Eagle Ridge Trail. That's really nice. Gets lots of sunlight, has some great views of downtown. We'll see that in a second. Okay, so we're on Mountain Cove Trail. Conditions are getting a little bit muddy. We had our low temp of the year last night. I think this morning it was about roughly 5 degrees here in Boise, so pretty darn cold, but it's already up to about 21. And then anything that's in the direct sunlight melts. You can see we're down here where there's a good bit of snow. We're in kind of a valley on the north slope of a hill, but look over here on the southern slopes of some of these other hills, completely barren of snow. That's pretty normal around here for anything that gets a lot of sunlight. All right, so we're just a little bit of the way up Mountain Cove Trail. I just wanted to show you from the parking lot. If you come up toward Central Ridge Trail, basically turn somewhere right around here, and then it comes back up to that Central Ridge, and there's a trail up on top of that ridge that goes all the way back to the back of the park, and you can see some outstanding views of the foothills right here. We'll go back there in a second. parking area. This is actually probably a better place to park right now than where I parked. You can see here's a bunch of the maps and stuff for the military reserve trails. But this one has a bridge right there that goes over the creek and gets up into the Central Ridge Connector and Central Ridge. So this is actually a really great choice. And then I'll pull out the video, but about a month ago I was out here on the trails and I saw a guy's dogs run up and try to say hi to a couple of coyotes up on this hill by these two green trees. That was pretty interesting. The coyotes did not like it. We're going to cross over here and we're going to go to the Central Ridge Connector, and then that'll get us up to the Central Ridge, and we'll go back to the back of the park on the Central Ridge. Downtown Boise, and it's actually such a clear day you can see the Owyhee Mountains way off to the south and southwest of here. All right, so we're on the Central Ridge Trail, and we just came up from the parking lot on Mountain Cove that has the vault toilet. Does right about dead center there is the two green trees just across from that. Gorgeous view of downtown from here. And then Great view of the area. There is another parking lot right down there off of Mountain Cove. That one's nice. It's a little bit less useful right now because that trail from Mountain Cove up to Central Ridge is closed for mud reasons. And then there is, basically the road ends and there's a ranch, but you can turn right, and just down below us is an archery range. So you can go and practice your bow and arrow over there. And we're up here on top of the ridge. We'll take a little bit better view in a second, but Table Rock out that way, neighborhoods. Dog rolling in the snow. Had to unzip all my layers and take my hat off. I was sweating like crazy. That's the nice thing about these trails though, is it's a little bit of exercise. So from the Central Ridge, you can connect down to the Ridge Crest Trail, and that gets you to that uppermost parking lot on Mountain Cove. And then actually an informational sign out here about cheatgrass. I wasn't very familiar with cheatgrass until I got out here, but it's an invasive species. And so the normal native vegetation, it says, burns at a rate of spread of 0.4 miles an hour with flame lengths of 6 feet. But cheatgrass, on the other hand, burns at 4 miles, a rate of spread of 4 miles per hour. So 10 times as fast in terms of spread, and it burns with flame lengths of 8 feet. So cheatgrass sucks. It's really bad. It's really invasive out here. And the thing that's really awful about cheatgrass is that if you just did a big controlled burn out here, hoping for native vegetation to come back in, that's not the way it works, because cheatgrass actually establishes faster and grows shorter. So it's brutal on the ecosystem, because if you do a burn, actually cheatgrass comes back faster than the native vegetation, and it just makes the problem even worse. So it's kind of a tricky situation. And then here's the right turn for Ridge Crest. This is what we're going to take, and it goes down to goes down right about down there, and it goes to the upper end of the Toll Road Trail and the Cottonwood Creek Trail. And then the hillside opposite this valley is the Eagle Ridge Trail. So that's where we're going to head next. And that one has some really great views of downtown as well. And if you keep going on Central Ridge, it actually goes back farther up the hills. I think it actually leaves the military reserve section of trails and goes all the way back to Shane's Gulch and some other trail systems that might even be all the way up into the national forest. So these trails out here are wild. They really connect to a lot of stuff. And I've been out here fairly recently and seen students, I think probably high school age students. I'm assuming they were the track team, but I've seen people out here just running these trails, which is pretty impressive. This is some of that cheatgrass. This is a little bit trampled down, I think, from recent snows and possibly footsteps. But another thing I forgot to mention is that it has these little seed heads that break off, and they attach themselves to almost anything: dogs' coats, clothing, socks, stuff like that. So they get transported all over the place. It's really an invasive plant that was built to spread itself. Here's a whole bunch of it right here. All right, so we just got to the uppermost end of the toll road trail. That's the toll road trail. We just came down from up here. This is that kind of ridge crest thing that goes up to the Central Ridge, which is up on top of this central bluff within the park. And then we're gonna go straight. We're gonna go over to the Cottonwood Creek Trail and try to pop up onto the Eagle Ridge. One thing that's really nice right here is that there's good access to Cottonwood Creek. So if you're out here hiking around, especially in the early summer while there's still water around, this is a real nice place to let the dog get a drink of water or go for a swim. On a day like today, I don't think any swimming is going to happen, but there's the creek. We've got a little bridge here, which is quite nice for crossing over. You can see that beautiful water. It's gorgeous. And Cottonwood Creek Trail is a little bit more confined. There's more growth down here. It's going to be in this bottom, and it's near the creek. So it's got a lot more plant life, more of a single track type trail, which is pretty cool. One thing that kind of sucks is if you happen to come across someone on a bicycle, it can be a little bit difficult to get out of the way for them, which sucks, but this is a nice trail. And the other thing cool on a day like today is Cottonwood Creek Trail stays mostly in the shade. Let's see if I can cross this. So, well, a bunch of it's in the sun right now, but if you see up here, there's a bluff on our left. That's that Eagle Ridge. So part of this trail stays in the shade, which keeps it really nice and cool and keeps that trail frozen. And then here's the turn for the Eagle Ridge Trail. So we're going to go up here. We're going to go up on top of this Eagle Ridge, past these homes, and we'll get up there. We'll go check out the views from up there. Okay, so we just got to the Eagle Ridge Trail. We're up here by all these homes, and I'm actually going to stay on this right edge of this hill, and we'll get some really great views of the Central Ridge out there. Right here off of Eagle Ridge, there's a connector that goes down this little gully to the Cottonwood Creek Trail. That's a nice way to get down back to the first parking lot there at the base of Cottonwood Creek. We just connected to Eagle Ridge Loop. This is a real nice trail. Actually just makes a big circle up here on this hillside, this hill. There's a little maintenance building there. We're going to keep going to the right and stay on the side that's closer to the Cottonwood Creek Trail. Cottonwood Creek Trail is this single track straight down there in the snow. And then the one with the fences across the way over there is toll road. And then actually there's a jogger up on Central Ridge. And then the parking lot for Cottonwood Creek Trail is down that way, just down to the left. Also here at the front of the military reserve, there's a bike park with slope style riding. A lot of that is shut down right now because it's a little bit soft and muddy. And then there's also a dog park. I have not gone there myself. I personally just prefer grassy places like Ann Morrison Park, but that's a great option, fully fenced. Looks like it has a small area for small dogs. And we are just super close to downtown. And then down here from Eagle Ridge Loop is the stairway that goes down to Cottonwood Creek. Just show you that really quick. Actually, it looks kind of dangerous right now, but so here are the stairs. Cottonwood Creek Trail right there. I can hear the creeks just down there in the middle. There's the parking lot where we parked today. There's the entrance road. There's the main sign for Military Reserve. And we're gonna go down here to avoid having to cross that big flowing kind of icy creek that's in the middle of the entrance to all the trails. We're gonna go down here and skip over it and take the road. Hello.